This is Little Computer People on the Commodore 64. Well, I'm running it on an emulator, but you know. This is going back a bit. What I will say is, this is kind of like think of a very early successor to the Sims type game, but many, many years before the Sims. He's asking me to play a game at the moment, and you can just ignore him and he'll eventually give up and go away. He does knock on the screen to get your attention like that. Yes, I'm going to ignore him for the time being because I want to mention that well, this particular video will be not uploaded in high definition because, as you can see, Commodore 64 graphics doesn't really benefit from high definition video, so this game goes back to 1985, 1986. What you do with this game is, it was a bit of a novelty at the time. He shrugs his shoulders and eventually gives up, asking what games can we play. You can type on the screen. You can say hello, stuff like that. And he might respond and he might not. And you can issue commands, and there's also keyboard shortcuts as well. So you can go Tab W, give him some water in the water tank. And he really is obsessed with playing games at the moment. Oh, go on then, poker. Oh, what happened there? He just skipped down the stairs. Okay, ante up to play. And poker. Do you feel lucky today? I can bet, I can enter, or I can pass. Oh, I've forgotten how to play poker actually. I don't know. Enter. I'll see you bet. Do you want any cards? I forgot how. Oh, you press the number keys on the keyboard to keep anything. I will draw, and I'm just going to pass at this point. And I won that particular hand. Okay. Well, you know, you can sit there and you can play poker with him for ages, so I'm going to quit at this point. Because you can do all kinds of things with the little computer person there. At this particular stage right now, he's just moved into the house. I loaded up a brand new save. Now, you can probably tell that this game was well ahead of its time back in the day. It's 1985 we're talking about here. So you can see from the design of the house, not too many people these days, what he's walking past right now is a typewriter, and he'll use that to write letters to you. You can also ask him to write a letter. Not many people these days have got pianos in their houses, top floor of the building. And then you look across to the top. This is him speaking, by the way. Okay. I think I might just lower the volume down a bit. And top left hand corner of the television set's got an antenna on the top. He's about to put a record on right now. Commodore 64 music. Yeah, so the television up in the top left-hand corner's got an antenna on the top, good old-fashioned style. And then next to that, of course, he's got his record player. You can even see the the old stylus vinyl records. You can see the records spinning there at the top. there's a command that you can issue in the game that will give him new records. Oh, I think I might do that right now, actually. You just press Control R, and you'll hear his doorbell ring. And I've just given him a new record for his record player. So as you can see, the chap's got a dog, lower left-hand side of the screen right now. So you can't issue any commands to the dog or anything. The dog is just his pet. That you can give him. You can give him fresh supply of dog food for feeding his dog, though. And this was a fascinating game back in the day. I remember back in the days when I had my Commodore 64. I read the review of this in Zap 64 magazine. I didn't have a 1541 disk drive at the time. I just had a tape deck. So he wants to play games again, but yeah, go away. I'm not going to play games right now. I'm busy talking. So yeah, there was a cassette version of this game, and there was a disc version of the game. So of course, well, to begin with, at least I got hold of the cassette version of the game. But this game relies on saving stuff to disk, you know, at the time. So you play this for a while, and then you've got the issue of what you do when you want to turn the computer off, you know. It's got to save the state so that you can come back to it at a later date. So, of course, the tape version didn't have that. So when you loaded up the cassette version, you just started from scratch over and over again. So the disc version of this game had more features than the tape version. And what am I going to do right now? I'm going to give him a phone call. There's another thing you can do, which is petting, which does this, and that apparently makes them happy. So you can do that, and I can press, I'm going to give him some dog food for his pet. So you can give him water in his water tank. You can set off his alarm clock, which is next to his bed, and they don't like that if it's the middle of the night and they're in the middle of sleeping. You can set the alarm clock off and wake them up. Give him dog food, which I've just done. Give him a record. You can give him a book. The book arrives at the front door, and he picks it up and takes it away. And you can do various things. Or basically, you can type on the keyboard. So you can say, please play the piano. Very good. Nod of the head. I noticed a bit of speed up going on here. I think this is the emulator. Wednesday, November 12th, 1986, 1:52 a.m. There's a reason why it says 1986 there. This game is not Y2K compatible, so it doesn't recognise the year 2000 onwards. Dear Stephen, as long as you rumple my hair every once in a while, I almost always feel thankful for this great house. When I get a chance, I want to try to teach the dog a few tricks. Got any ideas? So his name is Russell. Okay. Right. His computer room. I don't know if you can get him to use that. I can't type at the moment, actually. I've got to wait for his letter to disappear. Ah, okay. He's at the kitchen sink. That might get him to use his computer. Now, considering this game was made back in 1985, David Crane, Activision, this was. Oh no, he's going to go up to his top drawer. Oh, no, I didn't mean that type of game. Damn it! He took away my, text input box. So, yeah. Game was made back in 1985. I wonder what model of computer he's using there. His computer room. So basically, this is the sort of game you just leave running, or you just just load it up from time to time, unless you had the cassette version, of course. In which case, you just had to leave it running all the time or something. But it's something that you play with, kind of like a goldfish in a way. Looking back on it now, it seems quite simplistic. Modern day people are going to look at this and they're going to say, a load of, this isn't very exciting. But this was the forerunner to The Sims, which turned out to be extremely successful. Obviously, The Sims expanded on the concept and had much better graphics, and you were sort of in control of more than one person. But he's playing his piano again now. There we go. Get him to use the computer. You can also ask him to build a fire in the fireplace. There we go. I wonder what model of computer he was using back then. Whatever it was, it didn't have very good sound. So, and these guys here, they're very very hygienic. Every time he eats a meal, he'll brush his teeth afterwards, after every meal and things like that. And please build a fire. Oh, we speeded up a bit there. I guess he's ignored my request to build a fire. I think this might be Master of the Lamps music. I'm not sure. Well, I have to, don't I, really? Gotta do that one. Yes, he dances as well. The music isn't exactly Hardwell, but the game was made in 1985. In his kitchen, he's got food, and he will eat the food from time to time. You see four yellow canisters down in the kitchen. So every time he eats some food, one of those will disappear. So if he depletes all of his food and you don't supply him with more, you've got to deliver more food to his door. If you let him go hungry, he'll go green, and he'll stay in bed, and he'll become ill, and will eventually die. So I remember a big fuss was made back at the time, Zap 64 magazine, because I think one of the Zap 64 reviewers managed to kill their little computer person, and yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it really for little computer people. There is a Wikipedia site on this game where they list all the sort of keywords that are recognised in the chat window here. Well, that's actually when you can type, when he's not asking what game do you want to play. There's a whole list of words that are recognised by the engine, as it were. So there's quite a lot to discover about this game for people with the patience to persevere with it. But right now it's 2 a.m. in the morning, and the game time is accurate. I put in the accurate time when I set this up. So I'm a little bit curious right now as to why he doesn't want to sleep, but I guess he doesn't feel very tired. That will probably be ignored. Okay, alarm clock. Sorry, don't understand the language. What I do remember about this game, when I was playing it, back when I had a Commodore 64 in my bedroom, was I would leave it running at night with the volume turned up. Nah, we're not going to play games right now. So what would happen would be I would fall asleep, and then the little computer person would get up and start doing stuff like this. Listen to this annoying, I'll turn the volume up, knocking sound on the screen. And then he would go and put a record on and what have you, you know, and wake me up. And then there's the old talking on the phone stuff, you know, blah, 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 blah. I was like, shut up, you. Flick the off switch. So this is the other thing. Finally, to draw this video to a close so that I can get it uploaded. Finally, the issue of when you decided you had enough of this and you went to turn your Commodore 64 off. Oh, and by the way, this... Shush. This game's ported to other formats as well. It wasn't just on the Commodore 64. There was an Amiga version. I think there was a Spectrum version. Oh, he's dancing again there. Yeah, and then time came for you to leave. Why did you feel incredibly guilty when you did this? Oops. So, that was a little look at Little Computer People, or Commodore 64, a game from 1985, 1986. See you next time.